We are, or you're saying you're going to?
We are live.
Good to know.
We'll give it a spin as this is our final mezzanine episode. I'll explain that in a minute. I'm assuming we're live, production team. Hey, production team, can you move that gray chair to the other side just so I can see your face?
We're up.
But I will explain what I mean by it's not the last show.
Please do.
It's just the last show that's called the mezzanine.
I get it.
We're not going anywhere. We're going to be around a while.
Oh,
I think.
Took me a while to wake up this morning.
Yeah, that's what I understand. Did you get any coffee yet?
I did.
We need more caffeine.
The autist got here on time too. That was nice.
Yes. Phones are off. We're not going to have any interruptions with phone calls.
My phone is off.
Okay, you?
I will not be calling him if that's what you're asking.
Oh, what do we got? We got 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, we're good. Morning, everybody.
Morning.
What I guess I can just say, all we're doing is rebranding. I was kind of telling the deacon this autist, but we're no longer between stories, so I felt it appropriate that we would change to the Third Continental Congress, our final form, which is also the name of the Gilded. So, but we're gonna be, at least I am. You guys will just still have to show up and put in whatever work you want to, but it's gonna start looking sexier and sexier.
Same old
Nice.
for me.
Starting to figure out the shit that I
Hopefully.
couldn't put the time in to figure out for like 3 years. So
I'll be here till mid-March anyhow, and then I'm taking a little break.
you're taking a little break. That's
I'll
right.
be back.
When are you coming back?
Mid-June.
Okay.
Mid-June.
Sweet.
Mid-June. Get everything taken care of, get through one more daughter wedding, and then hammer on it.
Is that the final wedding?
That's it. That'll be the last one. Yes, that's my last one. Yes, this one's costing me.
All right, I might as well throw my face
Wait.
up here to say this one's costing you.
It's costly.
Costly. World champions, welcome.
Morning, everybody.
Welcome to the final episode of the mezzanine, quote unquote. I saw a couple comments already. All I mean by that is this was a vehicle. This show to kind of get us back on the bicycle, if you will. And I think we're back on the bicycle.
Pedaling hard.
Do you agree?
Yes, pedaling hard.
This is the good Deacon Mojack. If you don't know him, I'm bad at introducing things. We're going to get more show-like again.
Yeah.
And the autist, formerly and currently known as 0.92. I'm proud of that joke. And I have John Ward. This might be AI. This might really be me. We might all be real. We might all be projections. We put together this little Sunday live stream going on. Oh, what was it? Where are you at, Mojack? I still haven't figured out my board.
Where were we?
Look at that. The chat. So back in September?
August, September. Yeah, probably around September.
And then realized a month into that can't do a full-time job and that. So this is now full-time, and you're doing a ton. And the autist, you're just beep booping and running algorithms. No one knows what you're doing. But it's good to have both you guys here, and you'll be here. Autist makes it every other week, is that right?
Correct.
Up until March, you said, Mojack.
Yes, mid-March.
Okay.
Mid-March for me.
So we'll get that figured out. What will happen if neither of you guys can come? I'll have to actually start
You might have to have
doing
guests.
work on Saturday
You
night.
might have to have guests.
Quite frankly, has been having some technical issues. I understand. We are intending to get up there. I believe it looks like he's close to having it figured out.
Good.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. We want to go up there in
we're
person.
looking forward to that.
I've also been talking to Frank about getting involved in some like film and music video type stuff that I've been cooking up. One of the other fun things about having extra time. So, but we do have the Mojacking off segment. Do you want to jump into that?
Yeah, we can jump right
Or do you
into
need- or do you-
Oh, no, we need to do a prayer first.
That's
Always
right.
prayer.
So the deacon
We'll take-
is our prayer deacon. That's why he's the deacon. Take it away.
Good morning. All right, let's bow our heads in prayer, folks. Dear Lord, we ask you for another blessed week, another great week on earth here. Thank you for a beautiful day here and where we're at today. I couldn't ask for better weather. Just bless everyone. watch over our troops. Things are getting crazier and crazier as we go day to day, folks. Dear Lord, we ask this in your blessed name. Amen.
Amen. Yeah, a lot of crazy shit happening.
Wow, yeah.
A lot to talk
A
about.
lot to talk about.
Oh, what's the quick rundown? Maybe I should just let you mojack it off, but I mean, Jesus. Nikki Haley's out there doing shenanigans. Elon Musk yesterday. Did you see that shit?
The chip?
Well, the tweet to Biden?
No.
No, I was busy yesterday. I was in the woods yesterday.
Not so. Again, it's always frustrating when you see somebody important with influence say something that we've all been saying for fucking
oh, no.
years.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
But he did, to his credit, say Joe Biden's strategy is to bring in as many as illegals as possible, legitimize them, and create a one-party state that will. And I was like, that is a big deal for someone like Elon Musk to say that finally.
Well, isn't that ironic, because Joe Biden announced Thursday that we have a crisis at the border.
Guess why?
I mean, really? Thursday he announced that we have a crisis at the border.
It really feels like the corner has sort of been turned on that in the public mind, where liberal.
okay.
Well, so you had that thing in New York with the
That's part of this. That's part of
you
my
know,
jacking off thing.
all right,
for
well, let's
today.
get into that.
Man,
But I think that was a little. I was like, hey, I remember that in San Antonio, like fucking 15 years ago. That was every person I met. That's not true. A lot of them, a lot of Hispanics. I don't know what the real term for illegal, an American of Latin something descent, whatever that term is. I quite like them, and they're probably willing to kill illegals faster than you are. So we'll you know, there's always nuance and a little gray area to some of this, but
Yeah.
anyway, before I start rambling, final explanation. I've been trying to explain the hats. And once again, I didn't prepare like the backup material. The whole Make America Great Again hat design is based off of a hat that was made by James Buster Douglas in the fight where he beat Mike Tyson, which is a huge fight. It's on YouTube. You can go watch the full fight for free. It's actually pretty entertaining. But James Buster Douglas, for whatever reason, I think just to pump himself up, created red hats with white lettering that said "Only my best," and then oh shit, I knew I had it.
Yep.
It looked exactly like this, pretty much. So anyway, that is why we have the hats in this style, and then the autist doesn't wear hats because it will overheat his internal brain circuitry.
I'm telling you, man. He's got a cooling fan in the back that keeps. He has to.
So anyway, we have a bot. I hate I hate marketing and materialism as much as we got to do that stuff to kind of support the channel because it's a business, but it's a repeatable brand that every hat is different, which I kind of liked. So, and it's also something that you can go make yourself and not need to like buy from me. So
There you go.
that's the hat. And the Mezzanine was the play on words, the story between stories. That's going away. We're becoming the Third Continental Congress, the Gilded channel.
Gilded.
Find us. It's not hard. There's a link. It is still invite only, but all that means is you click on the link and we click accept. That'll probably just become public. I'm done. Are you ready?
I'm ready when you're ready.
Mojacking off! Take it away.
Immigration is an invasion of our freedoms. It's not an invasion of our country. It's an invasion of our freedoms now, folks. These two jerk-offs in New York City, I don't know why somebody didn't beat them while they were on camera for flipping off America. They didn't flip off anybody but America. Everybody in this country.
They did us a favor.
They did us a favor.
Sorry for interrupting you. Keep going.
8 million since 2020.
Fuck, is that true?
8 million. I did the research. Right there's the number, son.
Fuck.
8 million since 2020 under the Biden administration have illegally entered this country at a cost of $150.7 billion. Our money that's coming out of your paycheck and mine, folks. And the year's just started. Texas, they get an A+ and a fuck yeah. Way to go, Abbott. Yeah. For what he's done down there. Now we got him going into California and Arizona. I don't care about California. Let him go. Let the whole state fill up with the sons of bitches. And maybe we'll get lucky. It'll break off and keep going. Arizona needs help. Arizona, they're tough. Stand up. Get out there and fight for it.
There's a shit show there, yeah.
Yeah. Katie Hobbs, who is temporarily out of office, is temporarily on a sabbatical or whatever, and she's being replaced right now by Kimberly Yee, says that she needs to increase the volume on her southern borders down there. More of the same will happen to the residents. Need to take action now too before it's too late. Plain and simple. The residents need to take action now before it's too late. Joe Biden has finally announced that there's a crisis at the border. Well, no shit. We've only known that for 3 fucking years as soon as they start pulling over like water over a dam. When does the bleeding stop, folks? Because that's all that's happening. They're bleeding us to death financially. This country is bleeding to death for every one of them that come across the country. And most of them, if you look at the films, if you look at any video, anywhere you see, 18 to 30-year-old males, all military age. The 2 that they let go in New York City are military age, flipping us off, saying, fuck you, America, we're here, it's our country now, we're taking over. Why aren't we taking responsibility for what's happening in our cities and for what's happening with this border? Why is there 500 good citizens standing up like a wall to protect this country from these assholes coming in? The Border Patrol stand with you. They're not going to shoot you. They want you to do that. They want help like that. Why aren't we stomping Kamala Harris's guts out for being the border czar? She's in charge of things.
She's such a fucking clown.
She's a fucking joke.
I managed to stay silent for a while. Keep going.
She's
Preach!
a fucking joke. So again, I ask you, why aren't the people demanding more from this fucking president now? Why aren't we holding DA Alvin Bragg responsible for letting 2 criminals walk, who then run to California and are going to disappear in California? With a court date to show up, you think they're showing up? Oh, no, they ain't showing up, folks. Come on. It's time we stand up and take control of this bullshit. It's your money, it's your taxpayers' money that's paying for everything that they're giving them. When do we stand up for justice for all?
I was going to have to get at the defibrillator there for a second with the look on your face.
Mojack out.
There should be a transition there where the shit just doesn't cut off. Yeah, fucking amen. I mean, it's, again, with the Elon Musk finally tweets about this, and suddenly all the NPCs out there are like, oh, I got permission. I can now have my own thoughts about this, which, whatever, it happened, that's enough. But a lot of Democrats, right, came out and were like, oh, this border thing, yeah, it's bad. So in my backyard, flipping me off. So we've said, God, it feels like a decade ago now that is what was going to happen. It will eventually get to New York and some rich neighborhood in California, and it'll happen, and then they'll fucking flip everybody off and stab you in the neck, and you'll go, oh my God, it's like this.
There it is.
It's like this.
There it is. It's finally happened.
Just let me address the whole room.
Hey.
Yeah, it's like that.
I told you so.
That's what we've been saying. So, as ridiculous as it is, I mean, just hold on for a second. Let me just stress this point. Imagine it's not just these guys that flip people off in New York. The full story there is they entered the country illegally. They attacked and beat the shit out of 2 police officers. Mm-hmm. They got arrested. On their way to their hearing, that's when the flipping off happened, and then they got released, I believe, is the sequence of events.
Oh, okay. I thought it was after they got released that they had flipped us off.
Maybe it was after they got released, but the flipping off towards the end. Mm-hmm. This story becomes so much crazier if you just imagine it's like you in North Korea. Okay, so you enter North Korea illegally.
Yeah.
You go find 2 North Korean cops and you beat the shit out of them. They arrest you. And you're so sure that nothing is going to happen to you that you're fucking doing this.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen overnight. That's been building for decades.
Yes.
Think how even to Canada, who are pussies.
Yeah.
If you go into Canada and punch 2 cops, well, unless maybe you're Mexican at this point, I don't know. But I would not have the balls to go to my hearing in Canada doing this.
Try me.
Because I'd be going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was. Try me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
And it's not terribly dissimilar from when that guy was hit by those 2 teenagers that was riding his bike, if you remember that.
Yes, exactly the same thing.
They literally said, who cares? It's a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Although, granted, I think that guy ended up being kind of a piece of shit, the guy that got killed. Whatever.
Yeah,
So,
well, still.
irregardless, there is quite clearly a very convincing voice telling these people, nothing's going to happen to you. Mm-hmm. I mean, it takes a lot. The guy doing this, he's not brave. He is so sure nothing will, and he's right, by the way, that nothing will happen to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If somebody went and just shot those people, or he had real consequences, he wouldn't have done that.
Now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would have been like, fucking something will happen to me. I ain't doing that.
And see, now if there had been a mob there and they would have mobbed him and beat him, they would have all been arrested and thrown in jail without bail.
I thought you were about to go a different direction. But you're not wrong. And it's that's kind of, we talked about this a little bit, and we're all talking about this.
And that's,
everything works up until these people get arrested. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think you can have a completely non-porous border. It's just not going to happen. You have to accept in real life that maybe somebody will get through, and then maybe they'll punch a cop or commit some crime or whatever. With so many people in such big borders in real life, in real planet Earth, that shit happens. However, once they get caught, that's where the problem gets solved. That's the part that's not happening. And so you're like, well, the people, who the fuck, like you were saying, Mojack, the DA...
Where are they? Why aren't they being held responsible?
Yeah, and what do you do? So let me throw this at you. Let's
go back to your scenario where you're in Korea, you were caught, doing a stupid crime, you're being punished for it, you walk out, before your trial, and you're flipping everybody off on camera in Korea. What do you think's going to happen to you?
Well, that's what you wouldn't do that because you'd get
your
auto
ass is
warm
not
beat.
going to walk out of there. Your ass is going to wind up in the worst conditions you could think of.
We have proof of, right?
Yes, we have proof of. But yet in this country, that happens. And we have to sit back and take it. And my question is, when is enough, people? When do we stop taking that?
Well, I think that's, and again, so Elon Musk has kind of made a lot, we're there. I think we're at enough. Everyone's attention span's so short. Things will happen that will distract us from this. It won't be talked about on the mainstream media. You're going to be herded away from thinking about this.
Mm-hmm. And we have a distraction in place right now with the whole Mayorkas impeachment going on. That's just a distraction of what is really happening.
And then, of course, I mean, Bill Maher, who I fucking hate, said the other day, hey, Biden doesn't need this deal. He can close the border right now. And so part of what's happening here is people like Bill Maher he's not stupid. You know what I'm talking, guy. Okay, these people watch, everyone is reactive. Very few people actually do what I think we do, which is really think about shit before it happens and then try to affect it. But anyway, so he's there, and Jimmy Kimmel and fucking, Steven Crowder and these, they are, what is the prevailing opinion? And I want to be on that side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bill Maher comes out and says Joe Biden's wrong. He can well, guess what? Obviously, the prevailing opinion suddenly just became right. So it's interesting, if anything. But some people, he is an entertainer, and then a lot of politicians, they need to survive politically.
Oh, yeah.
This is a losing issue now to take the Joe Biden side.
Yep. Yep.
What have we learned will happen? Here's my prediction is they'll try to not talk about it, drag it out, and do everything but really do something as long as humanly possible. They're very good at understanding the average person's attention span. They'll accomplish that by, number one, not talking about it as much as they can, and then number two, talking aggressively. Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
So all that stuff, Taylor Swift isn't just to swing votes. She's also just this go-to real estate that you can talk about whenever you fucking need to. This stuff all works.
It's Phil. It's just Phil.
It can be if you need it to be, yeah.
And that's what they're using right now.
So anyway, that's kind of my immediate thoughts on it. I saw we had a couple quick supers here, maybe membership chats.
Thank you, guys.
So let me just look at those real quick.
I can't believe that's actually that effective. Like, I know nothing about what you're talking about with Taylor Swift and Super Bowl.
Oh,
well, you're a fucking you don't.
I-
Or do you? Hold on,
man.
we're gonna talk about that in a second. Trideca 13, loving the news breaks and other shorts. John, you're killing it. Let's hope the 2024 election is more fun than not fun. I think that's gonna be dependent on, like, we're the ones that are gonna make this fun because it's gonna be crazy, and your perspective on how fun crazy shit is gonna affect how fun. And then Toxic Dirt 34, welcome to the world champion. Welcome to world champion. I think there's an S missing in there somewhere. Okay. That is a member chat. We're experimenting with that. I hate giving YouTube money, but you got to give everybody money when some way or another when you're using payment processors, which you fucking have to.
Yeah, no choice.
But that is at least one perk I am able to give you. Your chats will show up highlighted, and you get a little badge McDealio that I think we can probably like add to and et cetera. So
Should.
This is all in the interest of making this enough of a business to keep it going. I've talked about that 5 years ago. It's going great. My job is to put out content. I'm getting close to being able to do that every single day. And this upcoming week, I guess, is going to be mostly breaking news stuff. A lot has happened. So I got a little bit of my meme shit out of my system. You guys said you haven't seen my movie trailer? Is that
No,
correct?
we have not.
Yeah, correct.
No. You're killing it with the Nikki Haley stuff.
Yeah.
You're killing that.
I got somebody to go film in that park. That was fun.
That was great.
So we got more coming on that too.
Great.
But I also have, oh man, I want to talk about this. I've been working on a really big story. It's finally happened to me, and not lying to people, I started getting contacted by people with interesting information that are curious if I can use my platform to put out stuff, like truthful information that gets censored.
Oh.
And if you've watched any of my recent videos, you can probably figure out which particular story that relates to. And I just randomly happen to have people that I also know that are involved in this industry. But I don't want to get anybody in trouble. So I have some conversations going. I might have like a really cool 1 hour news story type video about something very relevant within the coming month. But first thing I say, you reach out to me and you say, I want to, protect my identity. I'm fucking doing that first. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
we're in that stage of it right now. We can talk about in private.
Okay.
I'm not trying to, but I just,
No, yeah,
I'm
no.
excited about it. The fake journalism has led to some real journalism, as I figured it would. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, some meme stuff. So movie trailers, been making some fake stuff to have in the filler for our actual Third Continental Congress show. I didn't mean to derail it, but you want to watch it real quick?
Go for it. Yeah. Yeah.
See if I hit the right buttons here. Okay,
That ain't
that
it.
worked.
Is that it?
I think I got him do it manually. So this is up on the YouTube channel. This is, hold on, let me just get back to myself real quick. If you make content and do shit like this, please make it and send it to me. Some people have. This is the kind of stuff, like, I will promote it. I will link to your channel, and while I'm saying that, let me quickly actually promote a few things before I play this trailer. Number one guy I've been meaning to talk about and have not, keep forgetting, and I'm going to do a little short video on him, but children's content is garbage now.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, man, wouldn't it be great if people wrote some children's books that were not super fucked up? Well, somebody I know has. His name is Camtastic. That's his, we all have our aliases.
Mm-hmm.
But he has 2 children books on Amazon. I really should have had this link ready to go. but I have a thing I've got halfway finished actually promoting this for him because I believe in it. He's a good dude. Having money go to people like this instead of left-wing publishing houses is great. We're trying to build up some kind of publishing house, some kind of film studio to break free of that. It doesn't take a lot. But anyway, so he's doing it. Camtastic, CAMTASTIC. 2 children's books so far, I believe. But I believe you go to Amazon. They're available only on Amazon. And you type Camtastic, they will show up.
Can you put the link on the chat?
I probably could if I could do more than one thing at a time.
I'm just saying.
I will.
After
like
the
I
show or
literally
something, throw it up
have
there.
not. I started talking to
Yeah.
people months ago, and I think they think I've forgotten. I haven't. I'm just doing a bunch of different things. So that's coming. How did you find it?
Oh, nice. Okay.
What's it called?
The books.
Yeah.
Looks like there might be 3. I have something about Trump and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds. So did you just go to
Oh,
Amazon?
I see. There's 2 Trump books maybe, and then a pillow. Something about Thanksgiving.
Did you just go to Amazon? And
Yeah, I
type-
just went to Amazon.
So
typed
there you go.
Fantastic.
So that is the main one. Another guy whose artwork I've been talking about, and actually right there behind the autist is one of his pictures that he did for us, the Mezzanine. But Dodger,
Oh, yeah. That's great. I still
Creates-
didn't get mine.
a copy of that? Well, so here's what I realized. I had a cheapo version printed up. He just had I had the digital files.
Okay.
He actually does sell like nice canvas
Oh,
prints of that.
yeah.
So I'm going to get you a real nice one.
Oh.
Anyway, if you make content, I could use some shit like this. It's pretty aggressive. This is a fake film trailer I whipped up on Friday. I think I'm just going to play it and stop talking. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Roll. Roll that beautiful
Oh, I feel
footage.
fine.
Fine.
She just got her first abortion.
Oh, wow, Stacy.
We
Congratulations.
should have a party.
Yeah.
Celebrate.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
one.
It's a bit of a non sequitur.
Uh-oh.
Little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird.
Oh my God, it's Harambe.
Hush, little baby, don't you cry. It is just a lullaby. Dreams of
Ear rape warning.
rainbows make you stop. And I am here to wake you up.
You can't stop me. My view appeals to everyone. I'm pro-choice.
I'm here to wake you up.
The abortionist. Harambe comes back from the dead and is very pro-choice. Oh, yeah. Well, I like it. I'd make that movie. Would you guys watch that?
Sure.
I don't watch movies, so
You don't.
I want to be in it.
yeah.
A lot of people. That's been like the overwhelming reaction. It's either like, what's wrong with you?
I want to be in it.
Or how do I get into that movie?
Yeah, but
I had when you make stuff like that, you have these like that whole Clint Eastwood saying, yeah, right? So I obviously had this pro-choice joke I was trying to workshop, and I just ended up with the best comeback is just, yeah.
Yeah.
But I have a whole list of fucking abortion one-liners that I was going to try to I'm like halfway to a full movie script off this. There's some good ones. God, I should have had that ready to go. But you know, it's like, what about the plan? Abort! Shit like that. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's fucking, there's so many. Like, there's actually
You are
quite a lot of
wrong.
jokes you can make.
You are wrong.
I would fucking like a B movie slasher.
Yeah, well,
where I can just throw on a gorilla head.
I'm in.
And run around. It's just like you don't even try to make it look like Harambe. It's just quite clearly one of the greatest fucking comedy moments I've ever seen in a movie, which was a shitty movie. I don't remember what the fucking movie was. It was like was it Cocaine Bear?
Oh god, yeah, I've seen that.
With the that movie sucked, honestly. But maybe it wasn't that. No, it was what's the fucking the killer llamas. Something about llamas. Llamas from outer space, killer llamas. What the fuck was that movie? Anyway, there's this scene at the beginning where the guy's like friend or parents like gets killed in a car bomb, like we're a mafia where you start your car and it explodes. But they just cut to an empty parking space and just had the text VFX, video effects missing. And just like the sounds of burning. It was just an empty parking space. And it's like, you're just like, oh, so he's like, and then they react like, my parents blew up. And it's just a fucking empty, just says VFX missing. And and I was like, that's great. So a movie like that is how I picture, the abortionist, so to speak. It's just fucking stupid. But just real aggressive. Just stuff that'll really offend people. No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, and that is one of the
Beep, boop, beep,
big
beep, boop, beep, boop, boop.
election topics this year, too.
Beep,
is
boop, boop, boop,
abortion.
boop. What do you think? Tell me your honest thoughts, Autist.
About
You've
the
been
movie?
talking. Shut the fuck up. You talk too much.
Oh no, right?
No. The movie. No. Let's come back for a second here. So we were. I derailed everything with that ridiculous bullshit. We were talking about immigration.
That's another campaign election point this year.
We were talking about all this ridiculous. I don't know. How do you guys? So here we are. It's Sunday morning. We got it. Like, how often do you think about this shit throughout your day? You guys both work jobs.
Well, me, a couple times a day. I'm looking at different things and reading different things and listening to different things. So,
How often do we think about the border situation?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. It's. How often do you find yourself sitting there, snapping in a piece of flooring and being like, God damn, the world's fucked up and it sucks?
Sure is.
Like, do you have those? Does that happen?
I feel like I've already arrived to that conclusion a while ago.
You're like, yeah, when I was fucking 6. I just get a little tired, and since it's Sunday, I'm going to let this off my chest of just every fucking day of this pressure of just, I mean, it's turned a corner, right? So one of the things I think that has happened, no offense to you, Mojack, and you're not in a position of power, so you're not one of these older guys, but there's older guys that just won't fucking give up the reins. And I ain't fucking 20 anymore. I'm closer to 40. I'm a lot closer to 40. Like, put my ass in charge, of some things. Some things. There's enough. Do you guys know who Scott Pressler is?
no.
I don't know. I'm horrible with
You don't
names.
know. Yeah. Just whenever I ask, do you know, just assume I'm not talking to you.
That's what I do. Jaynes.
You want to get hammered after this?
Not really, no.
Damn.
Me either.
I got shit to do.
I know. You can stay.
I can. I got to go to a birthday.
I actually can't.
Nope, I didn't say that. Just forget I even said it.
If I have a beer, I'll fall asleep. But I mean, I just, let me give my full thoughts. I'm kind of holding some shit back. I felt a true sense of relief when I saw Elon Musk tweet what he tweeted. And then I had 2 immediate reactions to that sense of relief. First one is like, man, I haven't felt this in a long time. This feels great. Like it feels like you've been wrestling a bunch of retarded children, and then all of a sudden, like a 7-foot tall, Jesus pops up, and all the children just calm down, and you're just like, oh my God, like, you're not saying anything different than what I said, but fuck, it's so nice for the children to shut up for a change.
Yeah.
The second immediate thing that happens at the same time that is mutually exclusive and kind of paradoxical, but I don't fucking trust Elon Musk. Still. And there's enough people that watch this channel that will have seen the same shit. Like a lot of people, straight up, he's the Antichrist. Like he is the one that is sucking you in while making brain chips that will turn you into a fucking robot.
Exactly. Remember, he has money. He is very powerful and very rich. So
yeah, and I mean, money to a degree, and the government doing quickly with Tesla to a degree, like he's probably an insider. You know what I mean?
He's part of the higher faction.
Yes,
running things.
Or something. DARPA, I think, is one he seems to be.
He is a part of that higher faction that's running everything.
But this is again where if I'd have the pictures of his mom covering her eye. But you've seen his mom? Like she's fucking obviously something.
Yeah.
And then he wears these New World Order things to Halloween parties and Antichrist costumes, and then says, "Oh, it's just a rich guy LARPing or whatever." Yeah. So, I've seen enough, and I'm not smart, but I'm smart enough to know he ain't my fucking friend just because he says something I agree with. But damn it, it was so fucking nice to see that.
Felt good for a moment.
It kind of makes you realize how vulnerable you are. I'm talking about myself anyway, of like I'm very receptive to anything that I want to hear because I never get to hear it. And I've been built up to be that way by propaganda. So just a friendly reminder. It seems like you guys agree with my two. It's like, yeah, same thing.
Absolutely do, man. Yeah.
I think a lot of that comes from like with Elon and with Trump, the idea that there's something
similar.
Something versus the government. I am enough unsatisfied with that particular group that somebody who is rubbing them the wrong way, I'm going to be like, yeah, okay, let's let you do some things because it's going to not be what they're doing, and I want that.
And there's enough.
And you want to be a part of that movement.
Oh, that's what your first is like. I haven't felt this feeling in so long, whether it's relief or a sense of belonging, right? That kind of thing.
When Trump first ran, that's how I was feeling.
I'm feeling a little bit of it again, and again,
I am too.
I look at Trump very differently than I look at Elon Musk. I want to be clear about that. It just seems.
I think it's just the frustration, the fact that things were not changing, and finally there's a bit of a breath, a bit of.
Well, and then Elon Musk has.
Hope.
I don't know if you saw this, but did you see how he got denied his $50 billion by a court in Delaware because of somebody that owned 9 Tesla shares?
Yes.
Said that. Yeah. So there's an argument to be said. See, he's not an insider. They're fucking him over just like they're fucking everybody else over. Very possible. Also, that could be a way to give him street cred, which they love to do. And that's a nice little segue. Nikki Haley was on Saturday Night Live.
No
Did you see that?
way.
Yeah, it's almost like they realized after they had her on that was fucking stupid, and they kind of don't talk about it in the news. But
of course
she was
not going to talk
and
about
she
it.
bombed. But I want to point something out here because back with Dan Crenshaw, you know who that fucking motherfucker is? That eye patch fucking bitch. I hate that guy.
He is a turncoat son.
Yes,
bitch,
and
man.
he is the son of a fucking
bitch.
intelligence asset.
Yes.
But guess how he won his seat? He was kind of neck and neck, and then out of nowhere, that fucking SNL guy that started banging Kim Kardashian, whatever his name is, he made some very retarded, obvious off-color joke about his eye, and then there was this fake media backlash, and they're like, "Oh, we apologize. Come on the show." So they had Dan Crenshaw on like the fucking night before Dan Crenshaw's election, and apologized to him. The left apologized for making fun of his eye, which is obviously fake. And sure enough, he won, and he's since just been basically Nikki Haley Jr.
Yeah.
So it came as no surprise to me when I was like, I can't fucking believe they Crenshawed her. They're propping her up. Like, I don't know, maybe in the chat, you guys let me know. But like when Nikki Haley shows up on fucking Saturday Night Live, is that not enough for you to be like, okay, I'm convinced she's fake. She's supported by the left. She's just there to screw it.
Yep.
And not that there's been 20 million other things that fucking have proved it too, but I mean, come on, SNL.
She is a fucking
The
rhino,
left
man.
platformed someone they're trying to pretend is their enemy.
She is a rhino. Okay.
And then I'm newly back on X or Twitter or whatever, but if you read her tweets, I don't think there is a single real Nikki Haley supporter on Twitter or the internet. I have not fucking seen not one.
She's spending a lot of money on campaign ads, isn't she?
Well, and then so here's the kind of best I can tell what's going on with Nikki Haley is it's just this whole pretend thing that anybody who uses the internet already knows that she has zero support. She's funded by Epstein pedophiles, alleged pedophiles, and fucking literal Democrats.
Yep.
I saw a text someone sent me that went out. You know, you get those texts that like if you donate to Trump, you'll get a hey. It was one of those fundraising texts from Nikki Haley to Democrats. Saying, hey, in this state, and it, probably South Carolina, I guess, you can vote in the Republican primary even if you're a Democrat, and then a bunch of stats about how Trump was going to win if they didn't do that. She's fucking literally advertising for Democrat votes again after doing it in New Hampshire.
Yep.
And it's like, why is anyone even taking her seriously? Here's why. I think the median age of a legacy media, when I say legacy, I'm talking about television, right? So Fox News, CNN, the median age is, I think, in the 60s now.
Really?
Which is fucking crazy. Yeah, like and median in large numbers is a much better measure of average than mean. But like, yeah.
Wow.
So your average television watcher these days is, or at least is in their 60s. And they ain't using the internet. So there's this, and they have fucking money. Because they've been alive for a long time. And so they're watching, you know, fucking fuckface McFuckerson on whatever channel. and they're like, Nikki Haley got so many, it's just all literally 100% completely fucking made up. But if that's the only news source you watch, why wouldn't you believe it?
Yep.
And then you're like, I can think of a few older people
And
I know. Like, I kind of like Nikki Haley, and you're just like, fucking what?
Yeah. And they don't do any homework, is what I call it. They don't, they don't look at it for themselves and try to investigate who.
Well, it's
they
just
are,
you
what
start
they've
to
done.
realize real decisions get made. One of which being who will I vote for, which affects a lot of other very important real decisions, because somebody sat down, turned on a television, a face on a television was like, Trump is evil and Nikki Haley has a lot of support, and they will go fucking to work the next day and fight someone over whether or not that's Trump is evil and Nikki Haley, and it's like, motherfucker, you're just repeating what a guy repeating what someone else wrote because they're repeating what another guy told them to write.
It's all,
And I'm getting honestly a little tired of like making this point as like you're an exception, okay? You're a little bit older. It's just true. I'm sorry.
Can't help it.
But you fucking think about shit, and because I think when we started talking 6 months ago, when we came to a place of something that we had different opinions on, you'd be like, "I want to go fucking read about that." That's like the first thing you do every time. It's like, I'm gonna go fucking read it. That's all you can ask for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't me. You don't read shit, bitch.
No,
you're also a really smart guy. I honestly think sometimes you have the right way of looking at it, which is why you're here.
Well,
but also sometimes I'm you, sometimes I'm you, sometimes I'm this fucking guy. So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been talking a lot. What do you think?
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right.
Well, I just
Nikki Haley
fucking nailed all this so perfectly that you're less speechless.
She's not going anywhere. We know that. She will not be.
No, I know, but I'm just like, how do we get people that are on our side that are like, well, maybe, like maybe she's, no, motherfucker, not maybe, like just fucking, how do we, what do you do?
I don't know. I don't know.
One thing I keep thinking about is unity. So the idea is you have this Republican Party and you have different people. We're already fighting. We're already fighting each other. We're already divided. And I think that's part of what that's the whole purpose. You said about like maybe the left and the platforms and SNL, and I don't know. I think it's more than that. I don't think it's a particular like one party. Even with Elon, I think it's an upper tier, and even those guys are divided, but it's a smaller percentage. So,
well, is there anything? Okay, let me ask you this. You said about unity, okay, and I agree with that 100%. That's what this country needs, is more unity from both sides. Are there things that policies that the Democrats have come up with or have suggested that would work, but yet are shot down just because it was a democratic idea. And see, I'm of the thinking that, okay, and you guys can all hammer me on this. It doesn't matter. This is my opinion. I agree with universal health care, that the healthcare system in this country definitely needs a better system. With universal health care, I believe that would be a better system for everybody. And that is a Democrat idea. But I'm willing to take that idea and
At least talk about it.
talk about it. Talk about it. Throw it out on the table. Your idea, my idea. Let's try and come up with a compromise together. And right now, even in the Republican Party, we don't have that.
I mean, I kind of agree with some of that stuff too. Is I used to be like, no free fucking handouts to anybody. But then you realize I'd rather it get handed out to regular people than fucking skimmed off the top by rich assholes.
Yes.
So we're very close. I mean, in fucking the 1700s, a few guys in this fucking continent got very close to writing an algorithm that creates freedom because it's written in a way that people can't fuck with it. But they're sitting, like, I mean, I'm not fucking joking, okay? This is how I think about what they did. Thomas Jefferson, for example, he's a 33-year-old computer programming genius. I mean, the way they didn't know what computers were, so they had no reference for this. But what he did is he sat down and he's like, I'm going to try to construct rules that when you run the simulation through it, some asshole doesn't take it over. That's what he was fucking trying to do. And guess what he realized? But there is no such thing. Sooner or later, you're going to have to fucking chop that dude's ass and drain his blood into the fucking roots around the tree of liberty. And guess what? Your own blood, too.
Yeah.
Unbelievable genius to recognize this before computers are even fucking invented. But so now, I mean, just like anything else, here we are 300, time goes by and you're like, okay, well, it fucking broke down in the first iteration. Let's do a little programming. Number one is rich people need a lot, like fucking the government needs a lot less money. And I'm much more on board with universal income rather than fucking to a politician. Universal income rather than a fucking whatever. At the same time, universal income?
Healthcare.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
you said healthcare.
I mean, I was kind of along the lines of
Same thing. I mean,
a politician's wage
my views have changed,
is the minimum wage of their state or something. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
that there has to be some kind of incentive for them to help their state in order to help themselves.
Yeah, it should.
Exactly.
The things needed to become a politician should attract the kind of people that would make good politicians.
Right.
Exactly. So
Not the money.
That's the kind of thinking that was being done by Thomas Jefferson and stuff. Is it? But again, same thing. I keep running into the same thing they realized is like sooner or fucking later, somebody very Trump-like, honestly, I mean, I can see this too, is you start to realize that a system built by people, no matter how good the rules are, you can overpower it if you're just an exceptionally strong person. Elon Musk is doing a little bit. He's like, hey, this is against the fucking algorithm, but suck my dick. What are you going to do about it? And you're like, shit, I didn't have as much control over that algorithm as I thought I did. So I mean, that's, I mean,
that's DC right now. They have an algorithm where they control
Right.
us.
Well, they got a gravy train, and they're like, what the fuck you doing, Elon? Don't fucking knock this shit off the rails.
And when Trump got in there, that algorithm all went to hell.
Right.
Now they're afraid, and they're fighting like hell. They're fighting for their political lives to keep Trump out of this run because they know it's going to happen again. That algorithm's going to go to hell.
Yeah, it's in, and then, well, not to aside, but you saw the guy that got shot. Well, you remember when Soros tweeted out a fucking bullet hole in a car window and the fucking money, and now a dude gets carjacked and killed. That's close at the messages being sent. Honestly, I think, I don't know. Seems a little too much to be coincidence, and they've done similar stuff before. Is before it escalates to the point where the rich elitists are killing each other, they will communicate by killing their underlings. To them, it's just a text message. Yeah, stop doing that. I killed your guy.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, but I mean, we've seen that now. So messages to Trump to not run, I feel like, have escalated as we predicted.
Do you have any messages for Trump in case I see him Friday?
He is. Yeah, he might. We'll talk about that after.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, some cool shit happening. So
Hopefully.
but
Fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed.
yeah. But like, you know what I mean. So, fuck. Yeah, some people in the comments are saying it. So Alex Soros, George Soros' son, I don't know if you saw, he tweeted something about how Trump's ruining the world, but it was two pictures. It was a bullet hole in a car window and then a hand holding $47.
47.
So like killing President 47, which Trump would be. Yeah, I see a lot of comments. People are saying, so we've learned convincingly, I was kind of talking about, and everyone's number one, I want to stress this is not my original idea. I'm repeating stuff and this is thousands of years old. But like the white post with G.K. Chesterton we talked about, if you want a white post, you don't just paint a post white and leave it there. You got to go back and fucking paint it white again because a year later it'll be degraded, and then another year. So we're starting to learn and appreciate, not that we haven't been told this by everyone since fucking Socrates and probably before, there is no system that you get to just check out and chill, and the algorithm keeps you free. Maybe we call this the biocentric universe model. We're starting to understand. Maybe we call it the anthropocentric universal model. Humans as opposed to the egocentric model. People have already floated these models, by the way, but I personally think everything happening is driven by something totally different than anyone talks about, but I'm not quite ready to talk about that yet. But so, yeah, I mean, the word like waking up. People are waking up, paying attention. You got an illegal double birding you in your own fucking backyard. It feels a little bit more real. And then he gets let off, and you're like, well, what did he do? And he said, oh, he attacked cops. And you're like, fuck, that ain't good. I don't want to live in a place that lets shit like that happen, is kind of what happened. I think one of the good things this double bird shit has, it just like 9/11, it reminded a lot of left-leaning people that you're a fucking American. Like, I think they've lost sight of that.
Thank you. We have balls.
I have honestly want a new word for other than American, because what an American is known as now, I don't really want to associate with. So I don't know. I'm a statesman. That's already a word, But I think we're on this cusp of there's a lot of new things out there, and nobody has yet given them a name. Like in Fight Club, right? It was on the tip of everyone's tongue, and Tyler gave it a name. What he's really talking about there is a deep... I know a lot of people don't like talking about this shit, but it's fucking what's happening. So just fucking hit your blunt real quick if you're not following along. But this is super important. And everyone at the top smart, Trump, Elon Musk, whoever's behind Joe Biden, not Joe Biden, they all know this too, and they're in this fucking war, and they're fighting it. Like again, here's what I mean. Nikki Haley knows we know that she's fake. If you go on Twitter is where it's very odd. Like, just every fucking comment is negative, and where are the Nikki? She fucking knows, and she does it anyway. That's the fucking war that's going on. Why would she do that? Well, spend 20 minutes thinking about that instead of 2. And you'll start to, even, Mojack, like you're saying, and Autist, like you're saying, like you're starting to understand that Elon Musk is not a one-dimensional cartoon. He has this Neuralink thing that can control your fucking shit with your... There's a lot of crazy evil shit that can be done with that.
Yeah.
He wants to go to Mars.
That is scary.
He might accidentally do some awesome shit because he's like, I ain't taking over your brains if it's all illegal immigrants and everything breaks down. So he needs everything to get back functional again so he can take your brains over and go to Mars.
That is some scary shit.
But temporarily, there's a 10-year period where Elon Musk is your greatest ally. I don't know. And then maybe we'll be fucking having the Butlerian jihad against his fucking thinking machines like in Dune. We'll fucking Team Atreides shit.
The enemy of
And are they
your enemy is your friend.
Are they just using Musk for his ride up to space and whatnot?
Yeah, and then who knows how... I mean, this old Darby... So it's just... There's a whole game being played that unfortunately we just ain't allowed to play. We have our little sphere where we battle
We're part of the dice.
our
that's
equal
rolled.
lesser angels and demons having our little shit. It's just and we ain't angels and they ain't fully demons, and some of our guys turn out to be demons and some of their dudes are probably angels. And that's all what's coming to a head right now in this fantastic, gigantic, real life, epic fucking movie that's been happening. That sometimes I'm just like, I fucking can't believe how cool it is that I'm here to watch this. And sometimes
This year's going to be really crazy.
I want to walk out of the fucking theater. Give me my fucking money back.
I want my money back. Here's your fucking popcorn. There wasn't enough butter.
I don't know. I think I had a sense for the first time we're pretty close.
Okay.
5-10 years ago that this was going to be a fucking wild adventure.
I've also thought about how there needs to be a change in perspective that's brought to the table. I feel like a lot of politicians have relatively same perspective.
Oh, yeah,
same,
they're all
reference point.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get somebody? How do you get different
I think
people in there?
Starting to happen.
I think that has to start with getting younger people in there.
Right. We kind of talked about that. I'm still meant to go to you.
We have to get younger people in there and get rid of these age-old people.
I mean, you say younger, like Ramaswamy,
Yes.
who I've been watching a bit of. I kind of enjoy him, frankly, but he's considered super young.
And he has energy.
He's what, 40?
He's got fresh
39.
ideas.
But I'm just saying, he ain't that young. He's so fucking old enough to, get him in there and let's listen to this guy.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not talking about a 20-year-old or a 25-year-old.
No.
I'm talking about a guy that, like Ramaswamy's age.
Thomas Jefferson was 30 what when he 32 or 3?
Yeah, 33. Under 33.
There's this golden spot in your
go ahead.
in your fucking it's I believe this is true. Most mathematicians who do groundbreaking work, like some proof that no one could figure out for 1,000 years, it almost always happens in their mid 20s or 20s to like early 30s. There's something about that time period is when and I remember, the movie A Beautiful Mind about John Forbes Natch. I tried to call him. He never answered me once, but schizophrenic guy. But I saw him, and I think in his 80s he was talking about, one of the things he did while he was doing this schizophrenic thinking was come up with Nash equilibria, which is this revolutionary idea. Which is honestly, he was thinking about how do you play a game where neither player loses, where it's good for everybody. Thomas Jefferson, how do you make a country where understanding that bad things will happen, but in the end result is that everybody wins. And so anyway, he in his 80s was talking about, I never regretted what happened to me thinking and all the shit. He's like, it was that kind of thinking, this schizophrenic thinking, that made me make these connections in order for this thing to pop into my head. And I mean, Isaac Newton was like that. There's some pretty high-functioning smart people like Richard Feynman. But for the most part, the truly people on the very edge are just fucking nuts and insane and doing crazy shit. And we've kind of stopped listening to them. Elon Musk is kind of in that ballpark. I don't know. I kind of ended up rambling there. But yes, I think I'm tired of seeing 60-year-olds.
Yeah.
I want to see 40-year-olds.
Yeah.
Nature is, I believe, intended us, it's right when you start going gray, not unlike a silverback gorilla, you're sending literal visual signals out in the environment that you're ready for authority, in my opinion, as someone who studied primates. You're ready to be a father or mother. That is the golden age of leadership, is like 40 to 50 maybe now, I don't know.
And look at the average age of anybody in government right now. And
it's like it all worked fine, and then they got into their 50s, and it's like, okay, time to disappear.
They got complacent.
And they just stayed.
They got complacent. They just got complacent. They're old, and they just didn't want to change their ways. You know how old people can be. They're stubborn and stuck in their fucking ways.
It's this weird will to control everything that not. It's actually a little bit older than
Power.
your generation.
Power.
I don't fucking get it. Yeah, power, control.
I gotta have that power. I gotta feel that. I don't know what it is, man. I don't have it. Never did.
I know.
Never will. I'm not.
And it's what makes
Thank
it
God,
so
maybe.
hard to take seriously is
Yeah.
it takes so long when you're not that way to realize like they're not joking. That's really how they fucking are.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had a super chat here. I want to read real quick. Toxic Dirt 1776, no comment though. I like the joke though. Appreciate that. Maggie Ellis 499. Have y'all seen Tucker's interview with Brett Weinstein? If not, you should. We're about 5 minutes of scheduled time left. I see it. Do you need to like get going or something?
No.
I wanted to talk about this. Tucker Carlson
I missed that one.
was in Canada, and now he's rumored, and I think confirmed
Putin?
at this. He's going to interview Putin.
No way.
You didn't hear this?
No.
He's in Moscow right now.
Yeah.
They just found out.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. Way to go, Tucker.
I know. So you're having the same reaction I had.
Oh, fucking A,
He's
man.
clearly again factions. How it's he's been tapped by some power structure that Elon Musk is working with, that Trump is working with. Of like, it's a back channel being sent. The left media and Biden were all fucking shocked. They're like, oh fuck.
Wow.
And then here's the other thing happening that's tied into this. So Ukraine is a giant clusterfuck. Zelensky and his general. You've seen those headlines? That Zelensky and this one main general who's very popular with the troops have been having friction. And I think the last thing that kind of the last public exchange, Zelensky said something like, you got to do what or you're fired. And the guy was like, nah. And that's where it currently stands.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like really a fucking...
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it's getting leaked that this general, oh man, he has number one. This is another thing. If I was a real producer or had an actual team, we would have all these quotes up because they're fucking hilarious. But it was translated to English. His nicknames for Zelensky. Oh man, Stuart Little. What it's like a Russian or Ukrainian Mossadic little Mossad agent.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, something was a gay joke, like the homo leprechaun or something like that. But yeah, and now, on top of all that happening, apparently what created all this friction, and Seymour Hersh has been apparently reporting on this for quite some time, and there's a new article out now, just now, that's paywalled. This is the article I want to read, but I don't want to pay for it. But okay, crux of the story. Zelensky is losing control because, on the one hand, all the corrupt guys on his side are pissed at him because he's taking too big of a cut. He's been siphoning off money, as we obviously can tell. And then on the other side, the generals wants to fucking murder him for stealing money, any money. And then suddenly Tucker Carlson pops up in Moscow, which I guarantee you they got him there as secretly as they could. Yeah. And then Maggie said with Brett Weinstein's a guy I've been watching a little bit. He's obviously pops up in your feed. But no, I have not. I will check that out. I haven't even got around to watching Tucker stuff in Canada yet.
No, I'll have to check that out too.
But Tucker Carlson, obviously super high verbal IQ.
Yes.
He's been in it with a bow tie back when he was in his early 20s.
Yeah. Had falling out with
has all the private schools.
Fox and all that. And
who knows what's real and what's not.
Right.
But yes, I think I would agree. He probably was pushed out of Fox, but probably he was...
and a lot of that had to do with his show.
I think he was quite happy to leave.
Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't fight him. He didn't fight him at all. He now has freedom to say and do.
Anyone with a brain knows the television is dying. Yeah. That is not where you want to be starting your career right now.
No.
But... and then Elon is platforming these people directly on X, one of whom is Don Lemon, apparently. I haven't chased his show down yet, but that'll be fun. So, yes, that is the extent of my thoughts. I talked a lot today in this show.
That's
Sorry about that.
No, that's good. We did good.
Go ahead.
One announcement I have.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. I may be going to see Trump Friday.
Nice.
He will be in Harrisburg. Friday at the NRA rally, and I was contacted this morning.
Well, you're definitely going.
No,
You're
I'm not definitely going.
Oh, okay.
If there's a possibility that I am going, and if I do go,
Pull your microphone up a little bit.
Your beard's in it, eating it. You need, your mouth needs to eat
You're just
it.
a little quiet.
wait a minute, it's gonna fall.
Oh,
Oh,
It's
good
gonna
save.
fall.
you've
I
been
got it.
fucking yanking on that thing. What are you doing?
But no, he's gonna be at Harrisburg at the Great Outdoor
Oh, it's
Show.
still going to fall. You got to put it back
I
on.
got it.
there.
I got it.
No, you got to put it back on.
You're just gonna hold it for a minute. We're like at the end of the show, so we'll
So
survive.
if I get to go down there Friday to see him, I'll come back Sunday with a full report.
Brett interview is life changing. I'll have to watch that interview. So yes, we will follow up on that. Okay, so I thought you were definitely going, and you just weren't sure if you were going to see him or not.
No, there's still.
You're
in the
only going to
works.
go if you can see him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm only gonna go if I can see
I don't
him. I
fucking-
ain't going.
I don't fucking blame you.
Fuck it, I ain't going the whole way down there and deal with all that unless I can see him. So,
That would be cool as shit. I hope
Yeah.
that works out.
and one other thing too, that there's a rumor going around that Friday he's going to announce his VP pick.
Oh yeah, that's what you were saying.
So
Super pumped.
hopefully we hear about that. If that all goes down, hopefully, and then after that, as soon as he is nominated officially, I will be putting together the Trump train and the Trump rally in my hometown.
I got to get you in touch
Big
with
time.
Scott Pressler, who's actually been tweeting about the very county we live in lately. This dude is unbelievable. The amount of effort this guy he should be running the Republican Party. Frankly, I don't like know him personally, but through.
Is he on the committee in this county?
No, he literally like travels the fucking planet.
Oh, okay.
Just right on your thing.
Yep.
Scott SCOTT. Obviously, well, I guess the fucking number of T's isn't that important. Pressler is the main part. PRESSLER. And he has been talking. So he might be there. And if you want to get a fucking event thing, that's the dude to talk to.
Okay. Because I have a venue and all that. What I would be doing is.
Oh, he would. I'm saying he would love you. I'm trying to throw him a bone by getting you and
Okay,
yeah.
Let's put me in contact or.
I'll start that rolling as best
You
I
have
can.
all my contact info, so
Yeah.
just send him that kind of shit too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. This year we're actually doing shit. So
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
And then I think I heard you start to have a thought.
Well, just how you were talking about the TV being a dying source, a dying area. And I was thinking, and how important internet is. You said anyone with internet, and then I started thinking about how there's only 10 major companies. Basically, it's dominated. It's kind of it's a monopoly. And then I was thinking, how easy would, in fact, it probably already is, how easy would it be for the government to control and manipulate if internet is so important for us to be able to communicate, for us to be able to receive information. How easy
Then
would it
you
be for
bet
them?
your ass they're in
Yes,
there. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
You
And then
know it.
and then with that becoming the next important step in controlling things, how do we prevent that?
There's a lot happening there. There's too much for any one person to really keep a handle on.
I just think that's the next thing that's going to happen. Is
I'm saying
yeah.
it already is,
Yeah.
and I was gonna try to speak to it. I don't want to say anything on Drew, but the is it ICANN? Is that the agency?
Don't know.
There's all agencies that are all involved in who can do what and .com and blah and blah. And they have been infiltrated. They've been trying to do a lot of shit. There's some people fighting it. Yes. So exactly what your intuition is telling you is literally I know is happening.
So I think I saw something happen like that in Colorado during the pandemic about how they're trying to get access to the internet to homes and the public for free because there was difficulty for kids at home to be continuing their education. And so what they did was they put Wi-Fi routers in the buses, drove the buses out into these neighborhoods, and were able to provide. And then the local government, they said, enough is enough, and they just started running their own landlines to provide internet to and the companies were losing their minds and spending a bunch of advertising to say, hey, get the politics out of internet. Don't have them pursue that. They have other things to handle. And like one of the ads was talking about the traffic light. We need them to focus on our politics rather than our internet.
Well,
But it's been
Electricity is a
extremely
utility. Water is a utility.
internet.
I think internet is fucking time.
And see,
Yes.
where I live, it's so rural that, like, I don't have city water and sewer. I'm on, I have a well and all that. Our internet was shit through Verizon. They actually, there was a couple guys, they got grant money back during the COVID, and they made a co-op, an internet co-op. So there's a tower, comes over to actually the house right beside me is the main repeater. I pick up the signal from there, and that helped with rural internet. Now, like I like this fucking joke I always say, I have better internet than I have a road going to my house. And that's one of the, no shit.
No, I know.
And that's part of that infrastructure bill that Biden come out with or whatever. But I know where you're at with that. Verizon and these major carriers hate to see the small guys come in and take over their business. I understand.
I don't know.
that
I don't know how
completely.
realistic that is. I think there's such a power.
It's real. I mean, it's real back my way because a lot of people that live back my way dropped Verizon internet and picked up our co-op internet, and it's 20 times better than anything I have through Verizon.
I mean, I hope so. I'd like to see more of that, but I don't know how realistic it is. I don't have options for internet.
You don't. See, and I didn't up until that point. Same way with cable and all that kind of shit. I mean, the government is so in control of all that, and the major companies, Verizon,
But I don't even
AT&T,
think the government has control of that. I think it's a monopoly that's controlled by companies, and those companies may benefit or collaborate with the government, but I don't think it's government run. I think it should be. I think like how in Colorado, how they were able, like local, not
local.
You get away from
Hey.
federal.
Local. What?
I can't get over how your cameras are so perfectly aligned that it almost looks like it's a single fucking continuous scene.
That's pretty good, actually.
I'm really fucking autistic. Yeah, go. Keep going. Oh my God, look at that. That's fucking great. Do it again. That is really close. Totally by accident. I actually was kind of cutting you off because I want to have a longer version of that, but it is 11:35. We've gone overtime.
We got overtime.
This guy needs some nicotine.
All right.
Awesome to have you guys. Final wrap up. Just to remind you, Mezzanine is going to continue on Sundays in the morning. It's always kind of like this, a chill sort of talking. The Autist is here every other weekend. You will be here most weekends until March.
Yep, mid-March.
And then back afterwards.
Yep.
So we're going to turn that into the Third Continental Congress. I should be able to take phone calls and call-ins.
Oh, sweet.
I haven't quite let on to that yet, but a lot of you people, especially that have been involved in the Discord gilded type stuff for years, we'll get you on the show if we can, if you want to be. So there should be no reason I can't pop you into one of these boxes and do it live.
Neat.
Or in one of these boxes, or these boxes, or these boxes. I'm out. That's I'm out of stuff to say. It was awesome to see you guys again. I'm glad you're doing well.
Yep, doing real well. And always remember, never forget, if you know what you're doing, you'll be fine. Mojack out.
What he said.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop. Beep, boop, boop, boop.
Thanks,
What's the
everyone.
cubic root of the quadratic polynomial?
Take us out. Take us out, Henry. Take us out,
Henry. It's been fucking wild. Let me just have one quick moment of seriousness here. I will try to look directly into my camera. I have never really managed to get quite serious enough to really do some real stuff for you guys. I still haven't managed that. We're really close. I've been asking myself for like years now, do I really, I'm kind of not unlike this dude, and really this dude who lives in the boonies. Fucking sound panels falling off the wall. By nature, I really just want to check out and go live in the woods, and I'm probably have the skill set to pretty damn near do it. And you guys, and we have all our own thing going on, and probably will end up doing that no matter what happens. But this year, I'm going to be involved. And at least I want to 30, 40 years from now, or 100 years from now when I'm dead, for fuck's sake, anyone that looks back and says, what did that guy do? You know, whatever shitty or awesome situation that we may end up in, I'm assuming I'll have at least some kind of descendants or family, and they'll be like, man, it's kind of like when I was a kid, I would talk about to other kids, like my one uncle or my grandfather was in fucking goddamn it if I'm going to have a cool story for those little bastards. I'm going to let them use all the cool shit I do now to feel cool about themselves when they're actually just pussy little bitches, just like I used to do. My grandfather was in World War II. Someone should have slapped me. But I still, Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yes. A legacy. You
A
wanna leave
story,
legacy.
if you will.
A story.
A story.
The John Ward
And that's what I
story.
really want to talk about. So, what a story is. We are really close to getting the live show to have all its little pieces. I just haven't thrown them in because I want the first, fucking show to be a show. It seems like this is all officially looking good on your end. Thank you guys. Thank you for your sign off. I'm rambling. Every day this week, I hope to have a breaking news for you. And that's it. That's it for today. I'm John Warden. Until next time, remember, you're a world champion. I can't find my outro scene. Don't let your misery dreams. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the chat. That's the 3 screens. There it is. Fuck, where's the stupid song? There we go. All right. Elegant exit, gentlemen.